Good morning. And to draw an angle in standard position, we need to recognize that 450 is coterminal with 90 degrees. So 450 subtract 360 equals 90. So 450 subtract 360 would be 90 degrees. So it's going to be coterminal with 90 degrees. So let's draw our axes. And the terminal side of the angle needs to be on the positive side of the x-axis, like that. And here's our terminal side because it's coterminal with 90 degrees. However, because 450 is one full turn plus, we're going to draw it like that. So there's 450 in standard position. Okay, this negative 10 in standard position should be a little easier. Let's draw our axes. And again, we're going to have our initial side on the positive side of the x-axis. We're going to go just a little ways into quadrant 4 to draw our 10 degrees in standard position. So negative 10 goes in the reverse direction or clockwise. Okay, finding one positive and one negative angle that are coterminal with 255. Well, we could do 255 plus 360, and that would be 615 degrees. We could do 255 minus 360, and that would result in negative 105 degrees. Okay, then for coterminal to negative 800, we could do negative 800 plus 360, and that would equal negative 440. And if we did negative 800 plus 3 times 360, that would finally get us to something positive that's also coterminal. So 280 degrees. Okay, for converting radians to, well, this is going to be converting degrees into radians. And remember that we want it to be in terms of pi when it's in radians, so that means we're going to multiply by the conversion factor that has pi on the top, and we're going to have 500 over 1 times pi over 180, and essentially what we're doing is simplifying the fraction negative 500 over 180, and that turns out to be negative 25 ninths. Well, actually I should, it is negative 25 ninths times pi, but the standard way to write it is negative 25 pi over 9. Let me show you real quickly how you can get your calculator to do that, to simplify that fraction. Hopefully you can see that okay. Clearing there, and this was negative 500 divided by 180, and then if I now press my math key right here and choose option number 1, which says give the answer as a fraction, then that gives you the negative 25 ninths. Okay, and that was in terms of pi, so it's negative 25 pi over 9. All right. On number 6, it's we want to use the other conversion factor because we don't want it in terms of pi anymore. So we're going to have 3 pi over 4 times 180 over pi. And so the pi over pi is going to cross out, and we're going to be doing 3 times 180 divided by 4. And that is going to be 135 degrees. Okay, turn over to the other side. We're going to look at this word problem about the windshield wiper. I know it was difficult to see, but this is 14 inches, that measurement, and this one was 25 inches. And then what we had was something to make a note of is that we'd like to know this length from the pivot of the windshield wiper to here. So that would be 25, because this is full length is 25, and this partial length is 14. So 25 minus 14 is going to result in 11. And then another thing we should note is that 120 is out of 360 would be 1/3 of a complete circle. Okay, so there's a couple things that are important. The area is then going to be, okay, the entire sector without this little part that the windshield wiper isn't wiping, the entire sector would have a radius of 25, so 25 squared times pi. The smaller part down here that we want to cut out, because it's not part of the wiped area, would be 11 squared times pi, and we're going to divide that whole thing by 3 because we only want 1/3 of that circle. So 25 squared minus 11 squared turns out to be 504, and that's times pi, and then divided by 3. And if we do that calculation on the calculator, we should get 50, well, sorry, I was writing down the same answer again. This is 527.8, and these are going to be in square inches. All right, so that's some help with the warm-up. Good luck on your quiz.